Hey there, this is the episode that you have been waiting for. I promise. Stand by. Hey there, Dr. Dave, the RV Dummy. Well, we're in a really difficult time as I'm recording this. Of course, we're going through a tough time with the COVID-19 virus. Everybody is in isolation. Campgrounds are closed. Parks are closed. It's a really tough time to be an RVer. But I've got an RVer right with me here who we're going to be talking to. She's a full-timer. She's on the road right now, and she's going to let us know the state of the RV world, what's going on right now in our country. Please, I know you're going to love this episode. Give me a big thumbs up, like below. Thumbs up for this episode because it'll help the channel. It'll help everything about the RV community. And in the slight chance you don't like the episode, just you can reverse that at the end, but that's not going to happen. So while you're thinking about it, thumbs up, and let's go ahead and bring my great friend, RV Rookie, into the show. Okay, we have the RV Rookie here with us. How are you doing there, Rookie?
I'm good. How are you, dummy?
I am doing fantastic, as they say. Where are you exactly right now?
Like, as in what state?
Yeah, as in like what state, what city, what campground, wherever you may be.
I am in the same area as my parents and daughter. I am in Iowa.
Iowa. Now, that's a pretty big state. Like what part of Iowa roughly? Just give us an idea. I don't know the state that well either, so just
Roughly Iowa.
okay, perfect. That's exactly what I thought. Probably somewhere around I-80. I'm just guessing. So
Yes.
by the way,
Not far from that big truck stop.
I was just going to say, like, the world's largest truck
But
stop.
yes, I've been there many times.
You can go to the dentist there. You can get your hair done. You can get a massage. I think you can get anything done at that truck stop.
They have a doggy wash.
That is so cool. Well, I love it. I've spent many hours at that truck stop. It's a great place.
Absolutely.
But what I want to ask you now, you're definitely the rookie, and I'm the dummy. But you started on your trip not that long ago. If I'm right, I think in Florida.
Yes.
And what part of Florida did you start in?
I lived in Sarasota.
Okay. And tell me just a little bit about you. I know you're new to this. We're going to do a whole show of this. I love this whole idea, but we're going to do a whole show on like why you got into this because you're brand new at this. But for today, let's just suffice to say, like, I'm going to ask you some basic questions because I really want to find out what's going on the road today because nobody's out there. Everybody's kind of self-quarantining and everything. So, but what kind of rig do you have? And you're in it. It looks beautiful, but just tell us a little bit about the rig.
My rig, Sunny, it's got a name.
Love it. Love it.
It is a 2017 Forest River Class C, 24 foot. It's a Sunseeker, hence the name Sunny.
Nice. And
yeah, it is nice. I love it.
Is it going well? Or it's okay driving? You have no problem driving the thing, and this is your first time.
It's rough.
Is it?
It is so rough. I'm getting used to it. Definitely getting used to it. But I just drove through Tennessee on the winding roads, and those weren't not fun. You know, I'm new. The thing's big. It's hard to turn. I'm getting used to it.
But you're doing okay. You're doing all right.
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Okay, fantastic. Well, Rookie, tell us from starting in Florida, starting in Sarasota, making your way to somewhere in Iowa. We don't know where, but somewhere in Iowa. What's it feel like out there now? I mean, you know, I want to make sure as we're recording this, I just want to make sure because somebody might be watching this a year later and hopefully everything's going to be just fine and back to normal. But as we're recording this, we're kind of in the really bad part of the COVID-19 crisis. I mean, everybody is in isolation. They're asked to stay home. If you go out to get, you know, to the grocery store, you got to wear your mask. You can't touch anything. So it's a really, really tough time. People are dying. What's it feel like out on the road now? Are people driving? Tell us about going to truck stops, getting gas, whatever you might be doing. I want to hear about
it. It's different. It's a twilight zone. When I was just back in Jacksonville, it hadn't quite started in Florida yet when I was camping with my surf coach. So that was normal. And up until that point, I got actual normal feel of RV life. and it was great. And then all of a sudden I get to North Carolina, and that's when it all kind of started. And we started getting notices on our doors. I stayed there a bit just to take a road rest because I've had some challenges. So
Like,
anyway,
tell us about some of the challenges then.
oh, just like I tried to boondock and trees hit and wrecked my rig, and
No, no
just, yeah,
way.
yeah. And I had no clue how to do this coming into it. So I learned how to empty my tanks on my own, how to close, and I've made mistakes there. So
Everybody does. Don't worry about that part.
exactly. But around the time that I got to North Carolina is where it really started setting in, and I get local TV on my TV here, and they just started saying the numbers, and they got higher and higher, and then we're getting notices on our doors that the office is closed and the playground is closed and the dog park wasn't closed, but beyond that, yeah, we did our business with the office, like when I went out to check out through a glass window. So that was a little weird. And then I was on a Facebook group for RVer, full-time RVers, and full-time RVers were honestly asking, where can I go and stay? Because these were the people that were in the national parks that were getting
Mm.
closed. So, and everybody's just yelling at them going, stay home, stay home. Well, full-time RVers, this is our home. This is what we do. And so there's been a lot of struggle out there with that. I know. I'm not a boondocker. I'm a glamper. So I have been booking in RV parks, but that's been a challenge because all of the escapees clubs were they were all shut down. However, I've heard that the escapees club has got a petition out to open them to full-time RVers. All the national parks were shut down. You had to book private. And of course they could raise their rates at any time because they know this. It's it's been different. It's been different.
So being a full timer now, and you're right, you can't go home because this is your home. Being a full timer, are you worried about the next stop and you might not have any place to plug in? You might not have a campground. Are you worried
No,
about? You're not worried about that at all. Well, tell us about that because
not me,
okay, not you.
but
Why?
others would be. I am at a place right now where I am contained for a month. My family's here. I may stay the summer. So I may be here when it's all over, which would be great because then I can, hang out with my grandsons. So I'm in a private RV park right now, and they're not going to kick out permanent residents. All the state parks around here, I was going to go to a different park next month because this is not the ideal RV park, trust me. However, I wanted to go to a different area, and let's hope they're open.
Right.
So,
But at least you're safe. It sounds like they're not kicking you out anytime soon. You're going to be okay there. Sounds like for
yes,
as long as you need to be. That's good.
yes, and I've got the hookups.
Mhm.
So
Okay. What about
that's a luxury right now. I mean, in RV world.
right, right. What about getting supplies? What about going to the store, getting food? Everybody's talking about toilet paper. Can you find this kind of stuff?
I haven't seen much on the shelves. Yesterday, I was in Indianapolis, Indiana, at a really good RV park, and I happened to go to a Kroger's at 7 a.m. and I got a roll of paper. I got one pack of paper towels. I didn't need toilet paper. I found a really good deal before I started this adventure on RV toilet paper, and I stocked up before I even knew about the pandemic. So I've been very fortunate there.
Good. But getting
Food's
food.
hard. Yeah,
Go,
it's been hard. I talked to my daughter who lives here in Iowa, and I asked her before I even came. I was in Tennessee at the time, and I asked my daughter. I said, "Is it going to be possible to get groceries?" And she said absolutely, and she sent me a picture of a Walmart in her hometown, and the shelves were just completely bare. So I went to Kroger in Indiana at 7 a.m. and stocked up. Not stocked up, but enough for myself. And I got some dog food and dog treats. Of
right.
course.
That's enough. Now, what is your dog's name again? Tell me.
I have Maui Wowie and Macy May.
Oh, you have two dogs there,
I
Maui
have
Wally and
two.
Macy May. Good for you. Now, yeah, that's a really good point you brought up. I mean, is there going to come a point where you think it's going to be difficult to get dog food?
Um, maybe. I've heard some very different stories on that. I've heard that a lot of people are dropping their dogs off at the shelter because they think that they're a contributing factor to the epidemic.
Oh
Oh, it's
no.
terrible.
Oh,
However, I've heard other stories where people have the time on their hands and so they're adopting them.
okay, good. That made me feel a little
Mine are
bit better.
safe, happy, healthy, and awesome. So
Good, good, good. What about stopping off and fueling up your rig? I don't know if you go to like a regular gas station on the interstate, a truck stop. What's going on at these places? Are people there? Are people like super careful? Are they
there's
staying away from you? What's going on there?
there's a lot of truckers out there. I went to I've been to a couple Loves and a couple Flying J's because I'm a Good Sam's member.
Mm.
So every time I went there, the gas pumps, I used my dog's poo bags on my hands to pump gas.
Oh, right.
And then I come back in and sanitize everything down. There was about 3 stops that I made though that I was the only person in the gas station, and these stops were in. I didn't go in the gas station in Illinois. I didn't go anywhere in Illinois. I just passed on through that. Uh, South Carolina, I was the only one in there, and Tennessee, Knoxville.
Is
So, and
anybody?
when I went in there both times, the attendants were wearing gloves and masks.
Mhm.
So these states were taking it seriously.
Okay, good, good.
Those
Okay, so you can get fuel, you can get food, even though it's difficult. Food for your dog. You've got a place to stay. What about if because I have a lot of people that are watching this that are not full timers. They're kind of I guess you call it recreational part time RV people. People kind of like me. We like to go out for sometimes for a few months at a time, but sometimes for a weekend, sometimes for
right.
maybe a week. Um, any advice to people like me that or I've got reservations starting in May at campgrounds around here in Utah, and not only that, but up through into Canada. I'm telling Yoko, we're probably not going to make these trips. How do you feel about that? Any advice to me and other RVers that are not full timers? What should we do?
I wouldn't really, I wouldn't stress about that so much. This thing, I don't know. My honest belief is it's probably going to be over within a month. I mean, I'm optimistic about it. It can't last forever. I mean, that's my thought. I wouldn't cancel anything. If the campgrounds are going to cancel you, they'll cancel you. And chances are, if they cancel you, you'll get a better discount or whatever else they have to offer. So keep your reservations. That's what I say. But
Okay,
I'm rookie, so don't listen to me.
that's that's a very very optimistic point of view. I mean, I do appreciate it, but I think I do agree with you that it's going to end at some point, but I'm not so sure how quickly it's going to end. And some of my reservations are in June and July into Canada. I'm not so sure I want to leave the U.S. Cross the border at a time like this. Now, I might be too cautious. I don't know, but I always like to err on the side of being safe and being able to have supplies and being able to pull into a campground and know they're not closed.
Again, if the campground's closed, they will notify you.
They will notify me.
How,
Right.
I mean, if it's like that, but I don't think that people are going to get out and start hugging up on each other either. I think that when this thing ends, there's still going to be social distancing. There's still going to be gloves and masks. It's just going to happen. I mean, people are going to be not really, you know,
It's going to be a different world. It's going to be a different world, in other words.
it is. It is. It's unfortunate. It is. It's going to be
Absolutely.
different, but I don't think it's going to be like everybody's going to be in a huge rush to go all over each other.
Right. Exactly. What do you do? So on a daily basis, what are you doing? Like when you wake up in the morning, what do you do? What do you do with yourself?
I walk the dogs. I I make videos. I edit videos.
Well, let me stop you for a second. This would be a great time to plug your channel. You're the RV rookie.
Oh,
RV rookies can always use more subscribers and more views. So give your channel a plug right now.
thank you. Oh,
Sure.
I'm RV rookie.
That's all. That's
RV
all you
rookie.
need. Just go ahead on YouTube and search for RV rookie. I'll tell you. I'll
Go
make sure.
through all. You know what? If Dave doesn't send me a link, go through all the Chinese dancers, and I'm towards the end.
Chinese dancers. What is that?
Yes, when you put a search on YouTube, all of my friends at work did it one time, and they got all of these lists of Chinese dancers until they got down to me.
I might be missing it, but why are Chinese dancers coming up with an RV rookie search? That's what I can't
That's what I was trying to figure out, Dave.
figure.
I'm at a loss. Chinese dancers.
I'll tell you, I'm going to watch some of the Chinese dancers now. Now you've piqued my curiosity,
I just plugged the Chinese dancers,
especially if they're cute.
right?
Now, I'll tell you what. Also, rookie, I will make it a point to put a link on the comment section of this video as well, and any future videos we do together. I know we've got a lot to talk about. I know on today's show, I just wanted to really find out what the state of what the situation is out there camping on the road for full-timers and part-timers. What's taking place? Is it safe? Is it
It's
okay?
weird and it's hard, but I
Yeah.
would say for me the hardest part has been the supply runs.
Wow.
So
Okay. But so on future, I'll have you back on future videos. I definitely want to find out your story, like why you just became a full-time RVer. What's going on with you? And how's it? I'm going to find out more about that. But um,
they
tell
all
me,
do, Dave.
what's that?
They all do.
Tell me just a little bit more about your day. So you walk the dogs, you make videos, you edit videos, you publish videos, and what else? You eat.
I cook a lot. I play video games. I mean,
Okay,
this is quarantine. You know, what else am I gonna do?
right. What's your favorite meal to cook in your RV so far?
Probably tacos.
Okay,
I
beautiful.
don't know why.
That sounds great.
Absolutely.
That sounds great.
But
Um,
I'm not vegan, Dave.
I respect all different types of all people and what they do. It's funny. It's so funny you said that because I want to do a show at some point. Maybe not even on the RV channel, but I've been a vegan for about 6 years now. But I'm not. But I'm like right now I'm a pesco vegan, so I do eat fish and seafood. And the vegan police are probably going to come out and kill me if they find the vegan police find out. They're gonna hate me. But that's a whole story for another time.
That sounds
But
like too many rules to live by.
well, yeah, that's a totally different story, which we'll talk about another time for
You eat your
sure.
what, man?
That's what I believe. I mean, when I first went vegan, and I don't even want to get into this too much on this show today, but I was kind of like the vegan police. Like, how dare you eat that? Who am I to tell anybody what to eat? I mean, I can do what I believe in, and that's fine. But I learned to respect. Everybody's got different views, and as long as you're not doing anything illegal, or maybe sometimes a little bit illegal, it's okay. But I respect what other people are doing. It's totally cool. No problem with that at all. But at the campground itself, say you walk out to walk your dogs, do you see other people at all there? Are they walking around? Are they staying far away from you?
Every campground so far has been different. Like in Tennessee, there was maybe 2 campers. And I mean, they spaced them. We were way spaced out.
Hmm.
But I was only there overnight. And then I stopped in Indiana overnight. And they were out and about, but they were distancing. It was just like people walking their dogs. And then, like I passed a group of hottie firemen that were jogging. But I mean, we didn't come in contact. So yeah, they're keeping their distance and whatnot.
Gotcha. Okay. Good. Good. Um, I really appreciate your time today. Any parting thoughts at all? Anything else you want to share with our fellow RV people out there, whether they are full-time or part-time, or even people that are thinking about getting into RVing? It's a weird time right now. It's just very, very difficult for
Oh,
everybody, whether you're an RV or not.
Now or a month. I started a month before this pandemic, so now is not the time. It's just not the time. It's difficult. It puts a whole new strain on everything. I came up with this idea that RVing was, the best thing on earth. It is. I'm sure it is. I'll find out after this. So not a good time. If you have sticks and bricks, stay in it. Stay in it. Wash your hands.
Wow, that's pretty cool advice, especially coming from a full-timer who started maybe at the worst possible time in our lives.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And let me be honest with you right now is the only reason I've got a spot in an RV park right now is because I'm in Iowa. Down in Florida, private RV parks, good luck. I'm watching YouTubers every day they're in a private RV park. Lucky to have it. Because like I said, escapees they shut down. And that's a pretty big club.
Right. Right.
So I'm in a Good Sam's park right now, but it's also privately owned.
Good for
and
you.
I was lucky to get the spot. They're filling up.
Wow. Wow. Well, I appreciate your time today,
I
Rookie.
appreciate your time, Dave.
And anything else you want to say before we leave? Any words of wisdom, anything, whatever, anything goes here on my channel. You know that.
I'm a rookie, so wisdom is not in my repertoire.
Well, listen, Rookie, you stay safe there, please. Be safe,
Right.
and I want to have you back really soon because I want to hear definitely, and I know my viewers want to hear definitely more about your story, how you got into this at the worst possible time ever. But you know what I like? You know what I like about you? You've got a beautiful smile on your face, and no matter what we're going through right now, you're continuing to smile. You're putting out great content on your videos, and oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Your dog like that too.
I'm not a Debbie Downer, Dave. I'm just not.
And that absolutely shows through for sure. So keep doing what you're doing. It will get better. It will absolutely get better. And
Absolutely.
Let's chat again real soon. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
See you later. Hey, well, that was great. I really appreciate the RV Rookie taking her time today to be on the show. We're going to have her back. Absolutely. I want to find out actually from her, like why she even got into RVing, full-timing from scratch, learning everything she can about her RV. We're going to have her back. Give her a thumbs up. Please comment if you want to see her back. She's a really fine woman, and well, we'll definitely have her back. And I think that's going to end it for today. Anything else I have to say? No, I think we're done. So I will definitely see you next time. Dr. Dave, the RV Dummy, please be safe out there, okay?